This is a special edition of KTSM 9 News Small Town Spotlight.
KTSM 9 News at 6, live on location for the final edition, the series finale of Small Town Spotlight. That's right, 21 weeks this summer, 20 stops, all culminating to tonight's season finale in the heart of downtown El Paso. Tonight, we are coming to you live from the Paso Del Norte Hotel. Such a beautiful and historic spot, and we have a fun show planned for you tonight. Thank you so much for joining us for this very special edition of KTSM 9 News Small Town Spotlight. I'm Andy Morgan.
And I'm Natasha Paloma alongside Monica Cortez. And as Andy, you mentioned, it's been a long road, but I feel like everywhere we went, we were welcomed with those open arms from everyone in our community, from Far East El Paso to Mesilla and Las Cruces. And I think there's no more fitting place to end this beautiful journey than right here in downtown El Paso.
Absolutely. Do you guys remember when we had a marquee dedicated to us?
That's right. Saw that. Fabens.
That was just incredible. Small towns were really embracing this concept. And Natasha, I learned that this hotel, over 100 years old.
That's
Very
right.
historic.
Lots going on and so excited. And we're going to be talking about the history of this hotel and diving into it, as Monica mentioned. We're also going to be kind of reminiscing about some of our favorite stops, favorite food, history, culture, tradition, all that stuff. So a lot to get to. I will say this, in terms of the Small Town Spotlight, something I'll remember from 2023 is it always seemed like, we talked about it every Wednesday, that it was the hottest day of the entire week. We would go out into these small communities and braving the elements, and here we are, end of September, Monica. I tried to kind of dress up, and I had the jacket on, my cocktail attire, and had it on for like 5 minutes, and I was just like, this isn't going to work.
There is, though, a little breeze. A tiny one.
So what's interesting about it, and I debated what to wear because we were told we're going to be, well, at least I pictured it in my head. When I think of Paso del Norte, I think of this beautiful bar.
Yes.
And we're going to be inside, very classy. They throw us outside.
But look at this view. You can see all the historic buildings behind us, so still beautiful to be here.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if I was telling you guys, but just looking outside, you can see downtown the streets. You can see your sister city, Juarez. And so we had a little breaks in between our hits, and I was just looking out. It's so serene. So if you want to come on out and forget about work and just enjoy a little bit of a weekend, this is a place to be. And as a matter of fact, real quickly, guys, 92 degrees. How's
92.
that?
Okay, it feels a little hot, I think, because we're close to the sun, but it is going down. So
a little bit, yeah. So we'll cool very, very soon.
Okay.
And next up, we're talking about the history of this hotel. Monica, I feel like you mentioned it, over 100 years old. I was reading up on Hotel Paso del Norte, first opening its doors in 1912. And I remember that, I believe it was actually Thanksgiving Day of 1912.
That's right. And I'm looking here, it was called Showplace on the Southwest. And back then, you could get a suite for $100, a little pricier now.
Times have changed a little bit.
So let's take a look at its history.
Over 100 years ago, there was a couple of different influential people here locally, including a well-renowned architect, Henry Trost, that was involved in the project. And originally, the building stood about 10 stories tall, and sometime thereafter, of course, they added on up to the full 17 stories that we have today. So that was Pancho Villa, and there's a statue that the hotel has out in front of the hotel that is, I say erected, but that the ownership group bought here locally. And it's also something where they met here at the hotel underneath the Tiffany stained glass here in the dome. And that property, or the property rather, at the time, of course, was much different. However, here at the Dome Bar and at the property, there was a number of different style meetings, business meetings that they had, as well as some other influential people here in the market as well. Up on our 10th floor, El Mirador is a nice lookout area for that, still to be able to overlook the Juarez and the Mexican border. However, yes, about 100 years ago, during part of the Mexican Revolution, at the time, people would watch some of that take place in the evenings and at night as well. It's an iconic property. It has been for quite some time, and really the most recent restoration project that ownership put together over the last, well, I'll say the last 3 years. It was about a 3-year project from 2017 through 2020. Just speaking with some of our team members really about the draw that it has been for quite some time for people to gather, social events, all kind of artists, musicians, actors, actresses over the years, quite some big names throughout the history of the hotel in the city. And so, to my knowledge, though, as far as, you know, Paso del Norte, as far as the property being and operating as a hotel, I think it's 1912 is indeed the number. So we're just over 100 years old at this point.
So great to learn about its history. And Andy, he mentioned there about the renovations. It's so great. I think they've done such a perfect job of keeping the historical features, the facade, that beautiful black staircase when we come in, the dome bar, but also updating it, like here in the bar, the Mirador bar, how beautiful it is.
Kind of almost like modernizing it, but also staying true to its roots, and especially the establishment of it in 1912. Absolutely couldn't agree more. And I believe actually Monica Cortez is standing by with a very special guest. What's up there, Monica?
Hey, Andy and Natasha. Yeah, so you just heard all the wonderful things, the history of the hotel. And now joining me is Denise Austin. She's the Director of Sales and Marketing. And Denise, okay, so tell us all the wonderful things that we can find right here in this hotel.
Well, here at our hotel, being a 350-room all-suite hotel, we do offer, you know, we have our Blackjack cigar bar, cigar lounge on the first floor. It is right next door to our historic Tiffany dome-style bar, beautiful. Our 1700 steakhouse, and then, of course, on the weekends, we do offer some great things here to our El Paso community and our guests, which is our high tea, features on Saturdays, and we also do. Oh my gosh, we have so many things.
Awesome, so we can dress up.
Yes, with your little hats, it's super cute.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. And so, Denise, okay, do you guys have, I think you had said something about this beautiful terrace, the pool yoga?
We do. We actually offer yoga on the terrace, which is right behind you, and it's every Saturday, and it's a big hit within the community. So, come on out, get your stretch.
There is a lot going on. Okay, and so I loved one thing. We have about a minute, so I kind of want you to go over the packages that you offer for those who want to do a staycation.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we do offer romantic getaway packages, of course, with the chocolate-covered strawberries, champagne, and we can customize them to your liking. We also do the sweet retreat package, which comes with the, if you've seen Home Alone, it has the whole ice cream bar.
Yes.
Super cute. So we do offer that, and then we have packages that will coincide with our spa. We have an amazing award-winning spa here on our 10th floor, and that's been a big hit.
Well, there you guys have it. I think she just planned out your whole entire weekend for you. So if you want to come and just enjoy, this is the place to be. Back to you, Natasha and Andy.
All right, Monica, thank you. We still have so much to get to here during our series finale. I almost want to say, series finale, right? Series finale of our Small Town Spotlight series, including a walk down memory lane. We're going to be sharing all the funnest moments that we had here.
I guess now that I'm thinking back, series finale, season finale, because this is something.
This is kind of like a season that's
and
wrapping
we're
up.
going to be doing this, I hear, here in the future. So maybe we should,
Season one, right?
Season one, season finale. There you go. But as Natasha said, do want to get to our news of the day. Let's send it back to Stephanie Shields, who's standing by in our studios in West El Paso. Hey there, Stephanie.
Hey, Andy, Natasha. Now to our top stories of the day. Right now, El Paso Police's SWAT team is clearing a scene in central El Paso. El Paso Police say the team responded to a person reportedly barricaded in a home near Brown in Arizona, but police say the suspect was not inside the home. The gang unit says earlier the person led police on a vehicle pursuit. Now this is a developing story, so we'll make sure to keep you updated on air and online at ktsm.com. And classes will resume as scheduled tomorrow at Montwood High School after kids were sent home this morning because of a bomb threat reported on campus. The Socorro Independent School District evacuated all students and staff after what it was believed to be a potential bomb threat out of an abundance of caution. After law enforcement swept the campus, officials say the supposed threat was found to be non-viable. And now to an update on the U.S. soldier who willingly ran into North Korea 2 months ago today. U.S. officials say he was released into American custody today. Earlier, North Korea said it would expel Private Travis King. King, who had served in South Korea, ran into North Korea while on a civilian tour of the border village on July 18th, becoming the first American confirmed to be detained in the North in nearly 5 years. King was serving time in South Korea and was supposed to face disciplinary action at Fort Bliss. All right, your time is 6:10. Let's get a look at traffic for you. I-10 at Chelsea. Looks like traffic is moving, not so busy as it was a little bit earlier at 5. If you are getting ready to head out, here's another look. I-10 over at the Americas. Traffic is still moving in all directions there. Just if you are getting ready to head out, looks like everything is looking pretty good in this area. All right, well, that's it for your top news stories. Let's go ahead and send things back to Andy and Natasha over in downtown El Paso.
Stephanie, thank you very much. That's right. We're here at the Hotel Paso Del Norte. We're going to be getting into much more in that in just a second, but we also wanted to take this time, again, our season finale here.
Season finale, I like that, yeah.
Season finale to kind of reminisce about all the stops that we have made along this journey. We put in a lot of miles all the way from Tornillo to Mesilla. It has been a long journey at that.
One of my favorite things, of course, was all the food.
Yes.
We had tacos, we had hamburgers, a lot of gourmet kind of dishes. But my favorite place, I think, one of my favorites was when we went to Mesilla, and you kept talking to me about the double eagles.
Double eagle.
Bacon-wrapped
Bacon-wrapped
jalapenos. They surprised you with something.
I know. So it wasn't part of their original lineup in terms of the food that we were spotlighting, but I kind of came in there, started talking about, man, these are the absolute
You would
best.
not stop talking about it, that they brought them out.
Exactly.
And they were really good.
And then we had a server kind of come over with this dish, and we did, I believe, a Facebook Live even trying these. They have like a little bit of like a jam, and they were absolutely delicious. And then you see Don Felix, the blue corn tortilla platas. These are so good.
With pecans inside mixed in with their chicken, because of course in that area you have a lot of pecan orchards. So you see Monica there taking us on a food tour. Also, Double Eagle did that live demonstration of bananas Foster served over ice cream. That was amazing.
We had that done right in front of us, and apparently that is something that takes place there at Double Eagle when you order the bananas Fosters. That's exactly what happens. They make it right in front of you. I have a sweet tooth. I think we all know that about me. I definitely like to indulge when it comes to that. Absolutely delicious. Mesilla, one of my favorite stops in terms of the food that we got to try.
Yeah, so sometimes during these small town spotlights, we get a preview of some of the stories that are going to be running. And this one I always remember because it was so funny. Of course, we have Bobby Bone and Robert Bettis who do their clap, their iconic clap. Such a big part of this series. And another person who surprised us was Monica.
Yeah, she got on, I forget what that ride is called, but it's like a makeshift, like almost like you're surfing, right?
Yes. Let's take a look. I know we have video of this.
Surf's up.
Here, because you have to describe what this felt like. It looks really intense and powerful.
Okay, so that was like, I did a million takes. I was not prepared.
It looks hard. It does not look easy.
It was so hard. So I remember the surfer, the lifeguard, he was just like, it's super easy. He was doing it very nicely. He's like, this is how you do it. And I was like, oh, I can do that. That's super easy. And then I gave it a try, and as you could, you see? Those were the results.
What I thought was interesting too, day of when we were there. First of all, that was one of my favorites, is seeing Robert and Bobby Bone on that. I swear, I saw the fear of God in Bobby Bone's eyes when he first got on that thing. So much fun. But you had some of those different people who were actually kind of giving it a try themselves. They were standing up on these. I couldn't even imagine how they got up.
Yes, because you have to kind of put your weight, I guess, and then kind of like balance. Or maybe
I imagine wiping out is not fun when it comes to one of those.
It was really hot that day, so it kind of felt good.
You're such a good sport for trying that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good sport, Monica. We'll be right back. We have much more to share with you here. Our final in the series, in the season of our Small Town Spotlight. We'll be right back.
Transportation, where we care about you. Join our family today.
You know it's Small Town Spotlight when we have this incredible clap. Bobby Bone!
Yes.
I love your energy. Guys, if you're tuning into the 5 o'clock, he taught me how to dance. It was amazing.
Awesome. Awesome.
So, Bobby, okay, who came up with that clap? Is that like a new KTSM original?
I feel it is. Me and Robert, Robert and Bobby, I always think we were the best connection. And we both were messing around with claps and stuff, but Robert is such an inventive mind. I love his mind, how it works. And we connected. We clicked, and that was awesome.
Oh my gosh. And you can definitely see it on screen. I love that you guys are just on the fly doing all these amazing things. Yes. I kind of want to poke your brain a little bit about what this means to you, but first, I want to show you what your weather looks like for the next 9 days. Well, today has been a very dry day compared to yesterday. Let's go ahead and go over some of the numbers that we got to see on Tuesday. So for yesterday's storm system that came and went, we were actually able to register ½ an inch of rain, definitely above average for our Tuesday's date. Now for the month, we're still below average. We're supposed to be at more than an inch of rain. We registered 0.72. And as for this year, from January 1st up until now, we're supposed to register about 7 inches. We're at 3.29. Very, very dry for this time of year. Now, as for those temperatures, we are definitely struggling to hit that 90-degree mark. 89, that is your unofficial high for today. 91 in Las Cruces, 90 in Juarez. As for those forecast overnight lows, we're expecting to drop to about 67 in El Paso, 60 in Las Cruces, 66 in Juarez. What's going to happen is this. We're going to be under the influence of a massive high pressure system that's going to take over much of our area for the next couple of days. And that's what's going to keep us in those 90s. So real quickly for tomorrow, your allergy forecast for the next 3 days will be rather high. So just make sure you're taking that allergy medicine. And as for the rest of your 9-day forecast tomorrow, we're expecting to match records of 97 set back in 2015, 95 Friday, and then we have that 30% chance of rain Saturday, 40 on Sunday. I do want to give a big shout out to our weather watcher tonight. This one goes to Eddie London. Thank you so much for allowing us to see this beautiful shot from Las Cruces from yesterday's storm. And if you'd like to be featured on KTSM 9 News, go ahead and submit those beautiful weather photos to us through our social media platforms or email news@ktsm.com. You know, whenever I'm next to you, your energy just makes me feel so happy, and I feel like that kind of resonated with the, with our public, with our viewers. And so, Bobby, I want to ask you, what does it mean to be part of this small town series?
It's an amazing feat, and I'm gonna tell you, with Charlie, what he commands of you as a person, he's an owner, but he's a friend, he's a brother, and that's what he does to El Paso. I love that. That's what he wants you to understand about him. It's not just another car dealership. It's a brotherhood. It's a lifestyle. It's essence. That's what you're buying into. Seriously.
I love that, and it really did reflect on that. And real quickly, can you tell me what was your favorite spotlight that we did?
Oh, Rolling Smoke, hands down. I loved it. Their barbecue, the pulled pork were amazing, amazing.
And you guys did like a competition, right?
Yes,
and Robert.
we did. Yes, we did. And he tried to win. I'm just saying, the natural competitor me came out. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I love it. And Bobby, you know what? Thank you so much for being part of this Small Town Spotlight series. You definitely added that extra beauty to it, that fun, everything. You did great.
Until next year. Yes.
Thank you. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Expert tips from your student doc. Sponsored by Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine. CPR Techniques.
Hi, my name is Hannah Morris, and I'm a second-year student doctor here at Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine. CPR is important because you could potentially save somebody's life, and I always tell people bad CPR is better than no CPR. The first step in CPR is really determining if a patient does need CPR, so making sure that you're checking a pulse. So you really want to initiate chest compressions as soon as you determine that somebody needs CPR. So you want to make sure that you're going right in the center of the chest. You want to stack your hands, get on top of the patient, and press hard and fast. I always tell people to follow the beat of staying alive, so 100 to 120 beats per minute. So staying alive, If you're in a location that has a defibrillator, you want to make sure that you attach the pads to the patient's chest and then follow the prompts. It will tell you exactly what to do. For more information on osteopathic medicine, you can go to burrell.edu. And for more information on CPR, you can go to theamericanheartassociation.org and find a class near you.
Expert tips from your student doc.
You're watching KTSM 9 NBC, home of Sunday Night Football.
And now, KTSM 9 Sports with Sam Guzman. Sponsored by Glasheen Vyas and Enderman Injury Lawyers.
Last week, Bel Air High School football star Chris Davis received statewide recognition. Davis was named the Class 5A Built for Tough Texas High School Football Player of the Week. This week, there's not one, but two players out of El Paso that were named to the Team of the Week. The Ford Motor Company announced that Del Valle's Manny Fuller and Mountain View's Jaden Avila are 2 of 6 winners of the Built for Tough Players of the Week trophy. Fuller, the Class 5A representative, had 357 all-purpose yards and 5 touchdowns in Del Valle's win over Chapin last Friday. Meanwhile, Avila out of Class 4A had 17 tackles and a 99-yard pick 6 in Mountain View's win over Santa Teresa last Friday. Congratulations to both Avila and Fuller. Both of them are now eligible to be named Built for Tough Texas High School Players of the Year. The UTEP football team is off to a way less than ideal start to its season. The Miners are currently 1-4 on the year. It's their first 1-4 start to a season since 2019. That was also the same year UTEP went 1-11. Obviously, the Miners are hoping to avoid repeating a disaster of a season like that. UTEP will get another chance to turn things around on Friday night. Yes, I said Friday night. The Miners will host Louisiana Tech at the Sun Bowl. This game marks UTEP's return to Conference USA play, where the games count much more. UTEP's remaining 7 contests this year will all be conference games. UTEP is looking at this point of the season as a new start, and it all begins on Friday against La Tech.
We had had Wendell, you know, our PA announcer, give the chapel to our team, and he had a wonderful message about looking at things through the windshield and not through the rear view mirror, and that's where we are right now.
We're just going to take it 1 week at a time, and you know, like I said, if we just continue to win week in and week out, then we'll end up where we want to be at the end of the year.
Friday's game between La Tech and UTEP will be the 20th all-time meeting. We'll have much more on the matchup tonight at 10, so make sure to tune in. Basketball practices officially began for NCAA Division I teams around the nation on Monday, including here in the borderland. That means the countdown to the start of the college basketball season has begun. We are 40 days away from UTEP men's basketball season opener, and now we'll know who and where they'll be playing. That's because UTEP men's basketball revealed its completed non-conference schedule earlier today. Season opener is versus McMurray at the Don Haskins Center on November 6th. Looking at other notable games, UTEP plays a Power 5 program in the Oregon Ducks in Eugene on December 9th. Immediately after, UTEP plays Abilene Christian, head coach Joe Golding's former school, on December 17th. Then UTEP starts Conference USA play on January 4th with a game against who else? New Mexico State up in Las Cruces. It's about to get intense. For more on UTEP's schedule this year, head over to our website, ktsm.com. Over to UTEP women's basketball. Head coach Keitha Adams and her squad continued preparations for the upcoming season earlier today. Adams, who is approaching year one of her second stint as UTEP's head coach, is aiming to use the next month and a half worth of practices to tune up a team that has very high expectations for itself this season.
I've got to figure our team out. There's more questions that I have about our team than answers right now because all this is new. But we got to figure out what's the best way for us to play, combinations. But the bottom line is we want to get better as we go through this season.
The main goal is to win the championship. So, of course, each day and every day in practice, we have to get better. We really focus on the small things that will lead up to the big things.
Remember, UTEP put together a 20-win season last year under former head coach Kevin Baker. We'll see what the Miners, under the program's all-time winningest coach, can do this year. Season opener against Western New Mexico is on November 7th at the Dawn. Well, that is your look at sports, and now we'll send things back to the Hotel de Paso del Norte with Andy and Natasha. And guys, it looks beautiful out there right now.
Yes, it is our season finale of our Small Town Spotlight series. And we talked about this. It's our season finale because I'm pretty sure more are on the way.
Yeah, absolutely. We might even go further, maybe next year or the year after that. So definitely looking forward to it. I'm getting a little bit sad as we're starting to kind of, I know, yeah. Right? Because it's been a lot of fun this summer and we have much more planned for you in our next half hour. Stay with us.